Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Michael, and today I'm going to present to you guys about a novel review that I've made. Okay, so let's get to the point. Okay, so I will introduce the book's identity. This book, Detective Conan, with the title Detective Conan, a challenge letter to Shinichi Kudo, is actually not just one book. There's actually many sequels of this light novel. I might add that it is a light novel, not really a novel, because it's not really that long. Because there's not much pages in this book, with only 200 pages, and it's already including the illustration that is made by the original story, the original creator of the story, which is the Detective Conan story, by Goso Aoyama. So the author for this book is Takahisa Taira, and the publication is by Alex Media Computindo in 2018. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit information about the author. I did some research last night, but I didn't find any image referencing Takahisa Taira. But I get a little bit about him. So, Takahisa Taira, which you can see, is a Japanese guy. He is a writer and has provided scenario for the Detective Conan special series when Yutaka Abe and the Jiro Maru are in charge of it. He also wrote the Witch of Ejinbara novel. Any of you know?
No.
I also don't know. This guy is not popular, so yeah. And then, as well as a novel adaptation of Detective Conan dramas. So this is a little bit part about him, right? Now moving on to the characters of this book. I only include 4 characters because these 4 characters are actually the ones that is having so much impact in this book. And yeah, you'll see that. So we'll start with Shinichi Kudo. Shinichi Kudo is the main character, the male main character. He is a second grade student at Taira High School. He's very popular and got the title of high school detective because of his credits when he solved a murder case. And then on the right side here, there is Ran Mauri. She's also the second grade student at Taira High School. She's the childhood friend of our male MC, yeah. And yeah, of course, if you already know, childhood friends also like each other. So she likes Shinichi Kudo, and she's actually pretty cool because she's a master in karate. She's a black belt holder. And then there is Soroko Suzuki. Soroko Suzuki is Ran's classmate and the daughter of the Suzuki conglomerate family, which means she's actually pretty rich. So if you see this character, it's most likely about her being on a ship, on a museum with a lot of jewelry and stuff, to just literally picking up people. I don't know. And then there's also Juzo Megure. I want to include this character because this character actually super underrated. He doesn't get as much credit as people would give because he actually super smart, you know. So even though by the lookings, he is not really like the smart type of guy. He's just like a decent guy, just police. You don't really care about him. But when it comes to the right time, he actually is the most important character to catch the criminals in most of the murder cases or any chase. Yeah, let's go. Hey, I just include this for fun, yeah. So I want to give you guys about the story summary. The prologue starts with Shinichi Kudo being interviewed by the media about a murder case he solved. But then someone who's been following Shinichi Kudo wants him to feel helpless. So they sent a letter threatening him to kidnap his friend on a high school trip. Okay, so this is the early part of this light novel, which explains why the main antagonist can actually have a connection to Shinichi Kudo because they actually challenge Shinichi Kudo himself through a letter where threatening his friends would make him go to a trip. So in that trip, he will definitely find the culprit of the one that threatening to kidnap his friends. Yeah? And in this book, it actually explains a lot more than just this because I give you a little bit of summary of this book. Yeah, there is a murder, of course, obviously. This is a mystery book, so yeah, it's super normal. And then also, there's much more character that I haven't told you guys. So those characters could or could not be the culprit, but the readers have to guess who's the culprit before even Shinichi Kudo can solve the case. So that's where the interesting part comes in, yeah, where you really need to outperform Shinichi Kudo in solving the case or something like that. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the strength of this novel. This novel is, mystery theme, of course, because there's murder cases, there's kidnapping, etc. There's also a lot of characters. There's actually well written. Like I said before, there's 4 characters that is actually really important, and 4 of those is really impactful in creating a storyline, which makes this book have a great storyline. And the next part is the weakness of this novel. So, even though this novel story is actually easy to follow, it is actually really complicated if you think about it, because there is a lot of weird things that there is not much this and that. You don't really get to guess who's the antagonist until the end. So it's sometimes hard to just digest the story, but it's still simple because it only follows one rule, which is there is a case, and then the main character will solve it eventually. And so, even though this book have a simple story, which you already know, with great storyline, it's still slightly heavy to read for most of normal people, I say. And to the last part, the conclusion, the light novel Detective Conan, a child's letter to Shinichi Kudo, is a great book with superb characters, personalities, and a nice plot. I recommend this book for young men who have a liking for mystery, and for me, it's an 8 out of 10 because it's enjoyable, but not entirely for me. So, yeah.